Hey, Max, did you hear that Jake Moody's gone?
He's gone?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that such a little.
Your mother's not going to be happy about that. Man.
For the win! Boom, the open shot. Gets the play. Are you? Goes for Bonga. Miracle to the playoffs.
Hello and welcome back to the Eastman Sport Report, your farthest on coach play podcast about the Sacramento Kings and the San Francisco 49ers. I'm your host, Maxwell Eastman, joined once again by my co-host, Stephen Eastman.
Hello, Max. Welcome to all the listeners out there.
Hi. I'm looking directly at the camera this time because
Yes.
we were told that my face was being blocked too much by my mic. So
And we want to see your beautiful face. It's a face a mother definitely loves.
do you?
So, I'm not saying only a mother, but definitely a mother would loves the
I
face.
think my dad just called me ugly.
Anyway.
Do you want to shout out who told you this?
No, we're not going to shout out.
We're not.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
We need to.
Yes. Okay. We are having fun with the soundboard today.
We have soundboard. We have two sounds.
Three sounds.
Three sounds. One of them is this.
Yeah, we'll get to that
I
later.
can use
in
it
the
later.
episode. Okay, we'll get to the sounds later in the day. Okay, so before we get into the normal sport report, you are on a soccer team.
First of all,
Oh.
there's no Kings news. I'm sorry. Come watch today. I don't know. Whatever it is.
Something. It's not
I
going to
think
happen.
it's in the 70s at this point.
Oh yeah, no. The little note for you listening. Hey, first off, those of you listening right now, we appreciate all of your listening. We love all of your listening. Hit like.
Yes.
We like the likes. Comment if you want to, and don't forget to subscribe. So there you go. Like, subscribe,
Yes.
comment if you want.
And if you're on Spotify, follow?
Yeah, give
think
us a
that's it.
5-star review. I think is what
Yes.
you do in Spotify. It's a 5-star review. So yes, we appreciate it. Share with your friends. Hope you enjoy our fun little our project here. So other little housekeeping note: we have an episode this week. This is of course not my real job. So my real job is taking me out of the country, and so I'll be watching from somewhere in Europe. The Niners game next weekend, and so we will not have a podcast next week. So
Unless
sorry.
I decide to do something about
Unless
myself.
Max wants to do about
but
something else.
that's probably not going to happen.
So anyway, so we'll be back in 2 weeks after the Niners play both the Saints and the Cardinals. Okay, now back into the news of the day about the Niners from our cold open. Jake Moody is gone.
Oh, no, wait. You're supposed to shout out people for my soccer
Sorry.
game.
Oh, yes, sorry. I forgot. What I gotta do.
Okay, so I just want to
Max
say.
played a soccer game today.
Against his former high school, I will say.
Yes, it is my former
And that is
husband.
one of the teams that has trash talked us the most, and they lost by 3 goals.
Yes, 6-3 was the final score. There is a little bit of a rivalry between his school and my alma mater. One of the parents was giving me a bad time today about that, and who are you rooting for? And I'm like, no, blood is thicker than alma mater. So anyway. And we did this last year. So if your soccer team wins, we give a shout out to the people who score a goal.
Yes.
So was it Jason that got one?
Jason had 2.
Jason had 2. Gabe had 1, right?
No, not Gabe. His older brother. Gabe is
Mateo.
injured. Yes, Mateo.
Mateo had
Yes.
1. Sorry.
He also had a bet that if he scored 4 goals, he would get $500. He got 1.
Well, okay. And then we have Brennan who got a hat trick. He got
Yes.
3 goals. Was it Jason had 1 penalty?
Yes, he had 1
kick.
penalty kick and
But
1 dribbling up. Yes.
Normal goal.
So shout out to them. I almost had a goal. Sort of almost.
You had a kick. Went over the top, but it was like a pretty good.
It could have
shot on
gone
goal.
in.
Good shot on goal.
Could have gone in.
It was good. They passed it out to
did.
you. You kicked it in. You kicked it over. Good shot on goal. So good job. Good job to your soccer team on getting the win. You're now 2-2-1, I think, on the season.
Yes.
So
We did play a team that is. So my school I go to is Division 6. I'll say that. We played a team that is Division. Was it 2?
Yeah.
I don't know who scheduled these games. But
Yeah.
It was not a fun game to be a
But
part
you
of.
also only had like about 8 or 9 players in that game. So anyway, we did have a full roster today. So good job to your team and got the win.
Yes.
Okay. We're ready to go into Niners news.
Moving on. Jake
Niners
Moody
news.
is gone.
Jake Moody is gone.
Oh
and
my
we have
gosh.
Eddie Pinero.
Pinero. He
Eddie
pins it
Pinero.
in.
Eddie Pinero.
Pinero. He pins the kicks in.
Okay. He's 29 years old. He is in the history. So he's been, was it 6 seasons you looked up?
Yes.
So 6 seasons he's been in the NFL.
Well, this is his 6th.
Okay, this is his 6th. So he's kicked 5 seasons before then. So again, 29. He's the 4th most accurate kicker in NFL history. I think it was 88%. And it's really close to like the 3rd kick, like percentage points back. He's made was it 111 out of 125? I think is his.
Yes, he's missed 15 total.
Yeah,
which I think is how many Jake Moody has missed in his career.
Yes, and that's in like 2 seasons and 1 week. Eddie Pinero, welcome to the Niners.
Please make your kicks. That's all I ask.
Yes, that's a simple thing as a kicker. Just make the kick.
It's your job.
So he doesn't have the strongest leg. His longest kick is 56, and so Jake Moody does have a stronger leg. But I'd much rather have accuracy. You're like,
I'd much rather have. He's like Robbie Gould in a way.
Yeah, we were kind of looking at him. You're like, maybe he's a younger Robbie Gould. If he could be as good as Gould,
keep him forever.
We'll keep him for the next 10 years, hopefully. We'll see how that goes on Sunday in New Orleans. But in some ways, it had to happen.
Yeah.
It's like he didn't do good last year, and I really thought he was going to do better. Like
I agree.
This ruins one of my bold predictions.
Yes,
it was so bold, it was horrible and wrong in the first week. But he was injured last year, and he was horrible. Like they should have sat him down last year, and I think they ruined his confidence. And then you go to this season, you're like, well, we got a kicking competition. And he kind of won that. It was kind of neck and neck, but they cut the other guy because they had so many other injuries. They cut Joseph, and he was hit and miss on preseason. Like he made a 59-yarder.
Yes.
He missed a couple others. He missed an extra point. You're like,
if you miss, and my thing is like, if he misses like a short kick, I'm done with this guy.
And what did he do?
He did.
He missed a 27-yarder, doinking it off the upright.
Can I push the censor button again?
You really want to?
No.
So anyway,
the joke's past its point.
Yeah. So Jake Moody is gone, and we have Eddie Pinero as our kicker. So there's that. The other news of the day after the game is Kendrick Bourne is added to the team.
Yes.
So nice. Welcome back, Kendrick Bourne. I think, and with who knows how healthy Juan Jennings is another one. He's injured with a shoulder. I'm not sure if it's right or left. He has a shoulder injury. He said we heard that he was really in pain after the game in the locker room, and so that was a little surprising that he, all the MRIs and the CAT scans and CT scans and came back clean, nothing wrong, just it hurts. So, which is great news from the longevity. Will he still play this week? We kind of need him with the next one, George Kittle going on IR. Like, probably future Hall of Famer George Kittle. Reminding myself again, I need to pick up a new tight end on my fantasy team because George Kittle is in my fantasy team. He was projected to get 14 points, and he got 13 in the first drive. I thought we were going off to a great day, and that's about all I got out of him. But I still got the win, thanks to Nick Bosa and his 19 points in one play. So George Kittle. And then the surprising add to the injury report.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah, like he didn't seem injured in the game, and he's got 2 injuries.
2?
Two.
I thought it was just 1.
It's his toe.
And
the toe is worse than so it's not non-throwing shoulder. It's his left shoulder. His left shoulder's hurt, and a toe.
And the toe's worse?
The toe is worse.
That's okay.
And he still threw a game-winning touchdown, which we'll get to, but he's probably day-to-day. Will we see Mac Jones on Sunday in New Orleans? Will Adrian Martinez, UFL former MVP, and they don't call it Super Bowl, whatever their championship game MVP
UFL
is,
championship.
UFL championship MVP, will he be the backup quarterback on Sunday? And then do you have a third?
I hope not.
I don't know.
As a Niners fan, I'm traumatized from the NFC championship game against the Eagles about needing quarterbacks.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll have to see what's going on with that, but that's the surprising that Brock Purdy is hurt. No one expected that coming out of it.
But the best part is that Christian McCaffrey isn't hurt.
Yes. And he actually played. So he had 22 rushes and 9 receptions. So he had 31 touches in the game. So if you thought the Niners were not going to ride CMC, you're wrong. They totally did get him. Now he only played played in was it 75 or 76% of the snaps?
I'm fine with that because he's coming off of mild calf injury.
Yeah.
And I think that they just shut him down during training camp or during
The last
practice.
week,
You just go, no, you're not hurting
Yeah.
yourself.
And as a guy who has an Achilles tendinosis injury that I've rehabbed, some days it doesn't feel good, and then you wake up the next day and it's fine. You ice it and you're fine. So maybe that's just what happened. Now I'm not. No,
I do like Brian Robinson Jr.
Oh, yeah.
he's good.
Oh yeah.
I can tell that he hasn't been on the Niners for very long.
Yeah, he wasn't running as strong as you saw on the Commanders, which
Yes.
I totally think is just he's not comfortable with the offense. He's not comfortable with his teammates, and he's only been here like 2 weeks. So
Just give him another 2 weeks.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Hopefully CMC holds us through that. If you can comparison the 76% of snaps, if you go back to 2023, this is CMC's last healthy season, McCaffrey, he played 85% of the snaps. So it is down to 76.
But I think that's still them trying to be cautious with this calf scare.
Yeah, I think as Brian Robinson gets better, I would love to see McCaffrey maybe to 70. I don't know if you want to go down to 65% of snaps because CMC is that good.
Yes.
But Brian Robinson is also good. You know, not McCaffrey level.
I think Brian Robinson could be a starter on a lot of teams right now.
Yeah.
I was shocked that he went to the Niners. Like, why did the Commanders trade him? I understand that.
Yeah, there was another. I forget the name of it. We were watching a little bit of the Commanders game, and you're like, oh, that's why, because the guy that they replaced him, he was pretty good too.
Yeah, the Commanders won 21-6. Now it is against the Giants, but
still 21-6. So, anyway, we're happy with. Well, it's good to see Brian Robinson there. And
that is one of the most stressful week 1 things I've watched.
Oh, that was. I went into the from last week's podcast. I said the Niners were going to lose because I thought they were going to go. I still think they're going to go 11-6. So you have to find 6 losses somewhere. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, they're better, not worse. But you had to find losses somewhere, and so you're like, okay, I thought this could be a game, and I'm like, don't want to be true. I don't want to be right. But I almost was. And if you get to the game, if we jump back to the game here, so we talked about CMC, we talked about that. He was not injured. If we go back to the game, one of the things I wrote down on my notes was first half. So at the end of the first half, the good in the first half was Brock Purdy.
Yes.
He was 12 of 16 for 124 yards.
Great.
So perfect. That's what you want out of Brock Purdy. Robert Saleh, thank you for coming back.
I agree.
Thank you so much for coming back.
You can say thank the Lord for Robert Saleh.
Yes, thank the Lord for Robert Saleh. Which, funny side note, thank the Lord, that's a saying I've said before, and we'll get to that later. One of the articles I read after the game, there was a quote from Fred Warner said, "Thank God for Fred Bosa," or for Bosa. Thank the Lord for Bosa. He said, "Thank God for Bosa," not "Thank the Lord." "Thank God for Bosa" was the quote, and it was like the headline right under the thing.
And you went, wait.
Hey, that's my thing.
That's mine.
And we already decided how we're going to use it this week, so stay tuned and you'll listen to how we're doing that. But Robert Saleh, he brought some excitement to the game. He brought blitzes. Like last year when they did blitzes, it was like horrible timing. And it was not very creative. And you're like, they had some good blitzes of, hey, sometimes it's Winter, sometimes it's a cornerback, sometimes it's a Warner, like, some stunts along that. Like, you could tell you had a really good defensive coordinator.
Yes.
He had the defense ready to play, and the defense was better than I expected. The run defense only allowed 3.1 yards per carry in the first half. I think they ended up with like 3.2. Still very, very good. So much better than last year, which we didn't talk much about getting ready for the Seattle game last week, but in kind of some of my prep and stuff I was reading was who did better in changing their season around. Like the Niners went after stopping the run. The Seahawks were like one of the worst, or not the worst, but didn't run the ball hardly at all last year. And they changed offensive coordinator to Clint Kubiak, so he's a disciple of Kyle Shanahan, so bringing in the Shanahan offense, and they were going to run the ball a lot more. And so who rehabbed their team better? Can the Seahawks run the ball, or can the Niners stop it?
Well, it looks like the Niners.
And the Niners were, 3.1, I wouldn't say is like, top level, but from a total first game reworked, that was awesome.
Yes.
Really, really good. It was really good. Loved that. So that was my first thing. Again, the bad of the first half was Jake Moody. We were talking about that, and is missing at 27 yards in the block. And the block the missing of the 27-yard, or was the block? I think the block was the second one. That was right before the half.
Yes.
That one was the worst because Kyle Shanahan loves the double dip. He loves to kick off in the first half, receive the ball in the second half. He loves to score last in the end of the first quarter or second quarter and first half, and then get the ball back and score again. He loves the double dip.
Yes.
Well, when your kicker misses and they go down and make a kick, that's a 6-point swing, and so we didn't have that. The other thing, first off, bad thing in the first half was George Kittle's hamstring injury.
Yes.
And the last one I had for the bad was Upton Stout's inexperience. You could tell he was getting picked on, and you could also tell he didn't play in the preseason. But if we go to the second half, Upton Stout turned it around. You're like, he had a tip on, was it the last drive, knocked the ball away. Totally improved. Which was, he got picked on. He had the only touchdown the Seahawks got was because he was called for pass interference, which you didn't need to, in the end zone, and then that got the ball to the 1-yard line and the Seahawks got in. So anyway, what do you have? Anything for the kind of the first half of the game?
I don't have a thing. I have more stuff for the second half.
Okay, what do you have for the second half? Let's you lead it off there.
I have one specific statistic that I'm waiting for you to talk about when we get to something, but that's what's on my mind right now. I can't really think of anything else.
Okay, we'll see if I get to that. So the second half started off with Purdy getting interceptions to start of the third quarter. So again, Kyle Shanahan loves to do the double dip. They didn't score in either one of those positions.
Yeah.
He got the interception. McCaffrey did start the good drive out good. He had an interesting run on, if you remember it, where he was running to somebody and a Seattle defender almost pushed him forward like 10 or 15 yards. Like it was like he bounced off of, it was almost like a video game type of thing when McCaffrey just gets shot out and like goes right into the open and the guy just hit him forward, which was kind of cool. Jennings was covered with 4 guys around him and had the interception. Like that one, Fox did a really good job. And who's the court commentator? Greg Olson. I love his explanation of that interception, where McCaffrey was supposed to probably go out and pull down the linebacker.
Yes,
to the interception, but because he had to stay in and block it for a blitz pickup, that the other linebacker that would have covered him was able to fall back and be right into the interception area. So that one, out of the 2 interceptions, I'm less upset about that one. Not love it. Of course, don't love any interception. The second interception was like, Purdy, what are you looking at? And I think he totally forced that one. Now, at that point of the game, which was later, he had Pearsall and who? Jennings was out. Kittle was out. I don't know where McCaffrey was in that play. But you're like...
You have your second... Luke Farrell?
Yeah. Like,
second string tight end.
Yeah, like, so the Niners, all their wide receivers is Russell Gage, MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and Sky Moore.
But Sky Moore, did he even play a snap at wide receiver? Because I know he got every single kick return.
Yeah, I can actually check that. I have my notes up here on that. He played 3.
He was never targeted, though.
Yeah, so Russell Gage had 28 and MVS had 27 snaps, and neither one of them had a target. Now, technically, Russell Gage had a target, but then it was an incompletion, so it was just a target, but there was a penalty on the play, so it doesn't technically count. So, I mean, technically, he threw in his direction, but doesn't get count. But anyway, so Gage was there. I'm kind of serious to see what's going to happen with the wide receiver rotation with Kendrick Bourne back.
Yes.
Will he jump everybody to be wide receiver 3, or is he going to come in slowly? Anyway, back to the game. Let's see, back to my notes on the game here. The defense. 2 fumbles in the second half. Beginning of the fourth quarter, Sam, I hope I don't mess up his name, Okinawa.
That was good.
Yeah, knocked it out, and then Siegel, the rookie, came back and recovered it. That was awesome.
Again, thank God for Robert Saleh.
Yeah, and the hustle of Okinawa. Like, It was if I've seen the video of the thing, it was a screenplay, and he just hustled out there on a screenplay and kind of came somewhat from the side from behind and knocked the ball forward, and then Marquis Siegel got the recovery. I think Marquis Siegel was he second on the team. I think tied for second on the team in tackles. Rookie safety.
Okay.
I'm loving that. I get that some of
Nice,
that later.
nice.
Okay. And then if you go through the flow of the game, when it was 13-10, we were thinking, are the Niners ever going to score? Because it's like you had the interception, and then it's like they get a fumble, but we did nothing with it. We finally got one field goal.
And our kicker can't make a kick.
Yeah, like are you coming out at the end of the game, you're like, I hope they score a touchdown because I don't trust Moody anymore. And you kind of got that feeling like
immediately after Jake Moody missed his field goal, I typed out on the little Instagram note feature, I'm officially done with Jake Moody.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I gave you so much hope, Moody. I was like, I get that you missed in the preseason, and I get that you missed it at the end of last season, but I gave you credit for that. I gave you credit because I thought that was all because of your injury, because you lost your confidence. I thought you got your confidence back after you made a 59-yarder to win a game. And now you go doink a 26-yarder?
Yeah, 27. But anyway,
26, 27-yarder. And it's like, what are you doing? And then you go out, and then you're okay. The second kick isn't really Moody's fault. He missed. It's statistically missed, but
yeah,
I
totally agree. That's
our
not
blocking
his fault.
team got absolutely rocked.
I think it was Hennessy, just ended up on his backside.
We saw the video, and it just looks like the guy just flew through him, like almost like knee to the face type thing. He just flew through him. It was a good play, but like.
A good play for Seattle, horrible play for us, and for Jake Moody. So, it's a leading up to the game-winning touchdown. Like, we're both
like,
and if of course, people are watching it. Like when we watch the game, like my wife knows and most of my family knows, when it gets to a close game, I can't sit still. So I get up and I'm pacing behind the couch next to the couch. I hold a football. I throw myself a football. Sometimes we play catch because at timeouts or commercials we're like, we need to do something with our hands. And so you're
we
like,
need to do something that isn't focused on the game.
Yeah, I know. You're like, I need to do something with myself. I was like when I was coaching, I would pace up and down the sideline type of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, so like that's what I'm doing there. And
so you're pacing at this moment.
Yeah, I'm pacing at this moment, and the Niners, after Purdy had already thrown an interception.
Can I? If we don't have like a soundboard for it, but can I say the play of the game? Besides the game-winning touchdown, because that's a whole different thing. Play of the game that completely changed how I felt about this was the throw from Brock Purdy to Ricky Pearsall down the sideline
for 45 yards.
That was like, that was like almost exact copy of my mind seeing the pass go through the air of the interception, but everything went right.
Yeah. That was exactly what I was leading to that play. You're like, that's exactly right. You're like, at that point, I was like, okay, I think they can do it. I think they can do it. But they were like, CMC was the only person and Pearsall the only ones doing anything. Whoever plays quarterback, side note, we better start incorporating other players against the Saints. But anyway, okay, we'll get to the Saints game later. But yeah, that Paul, Purdy's a gunslinger. And Purdy played besides his 2 interceptions, and he's like, even the one interception that was a bad choice because Pearsall was like 4 guys around him. Yeah, it was a perfectly thrown ball. And then so 45 yards to there. Jake Tongas gets a second down, gets a first down, gets them closer. They had a beautiful out pass to Ricky Pearsall, and we thought that was a touchdown. Like as soon as he threw that ball, I thought that was a touchdown.
But of course, it's just a little too far.
Well, no, it was the defender came out of nowhere and has really long arms. He just came out of it. I don't know if it was a little slow.
I stood up and went like this because I thought that was it.
Yeah, I thought they were going in there too, and it was like, oh man, you're like you just got to tip your hat and like, okay, good thing we won later. But like that's just a beautiful play.
That was kind of like a deflating moment.
Yeah, because like that was just it was a beautiful thrown pass. He was right there, but the defender came in and do it.
Do you want to do it?
Do what?
Do the thing.
No, not yet.
No, not yet. Okay.
Oh, should we do it now?
It's like the next play, isn't it?
Okay, so we have a new segment.
It's sort of like a player of the game segment.
So it's a player of the game segment. We were trying how to do this. So go for it.
This is the
Thank the Lord segment, where we thank the Lord for the player of the week.
And who is that player?
It's Jake Tongas from Los Gatos, grew up in the Bay Area, had never caught a pass before in the league.
Yes.
This is his.
He had 3 catches in his entire career. They were all against Seattle.
All in that first game. He had 0 before this. I think this is his 4th year in the league. He was an undrafted free agent. I think it was the Jaguars his first year. Then he came to the Niners, kept on the Niners last year. Never caught a pass. And then he comes out of nowhere. And I mentioned earlier about the 3rd down, or it was a 2nd down and 8, but got us a 1st down to keep the drive moving at the end. And that play to win the game, just
credit to Brock Purdy for scrambling and finding someone to throw it to.
Totally.
But also credit to Jake Tongas for how did he snatch that ball? I thought that was going to be another interception when he threw that.
But as soon as he threw it, I was like, what's he doing? And then Jake Tongas comes out of nowhere and just goes around the defender. It was just like the defender's just standing there ready to catch the ball. And Jake Tongas comes out and just rips the ball out of his hand. Just like, no, that's mine. Like if you, I don't know if we posted that, but like the picture that NFL Network or NFL.
That is probably going to be the thumbnail for this video.
Yeah, it just caught that thing. Just pulled it out of the air. Just like, that's an amazing catch. Like some people are trying to compare it to Dwight Clark's catch.
The
and
catch,
you're like,
it's close, but
okay, so if you saw the picture side by side, I kind of get it. One's an NFC Championship game, go to the Super Bowl win your first Super Bowl.
One of them's week 1.
But it's still an amazing catch. It was, you can't credit, hey, it's week 1, you got to go out and win the game. And Jake Tongas, again, thank the Lord.
His 3rd catch ever in the NFL.
And his first touchdown catch. His first touchdown catch. He gets it and just goes out and grabs it out of nowhere. Like, that was total.
I hope he's going to frame that football.
Yeah, I hope they kept it. Yeah. And you're like, they better, because that's something George Kittle would have done if he was healthy, but he probably didn't run out there because he has a hamstring. But anyway, like, that's the total, like, another thing, so like, there's the coaching segment. If you're a young player out there, he was ready. He didn't think he was going to play. He's the 3rd string tight end.
You're the 3rd string tight end behind George Kittle.
And who a couple weeks ago didn't care about the 3rd string tight end? If you go back 2 weeks to our 53-man production,
watch the video.
There's a video where Max says, I don't care about the 3rd string tight end. Well, you do this week. So our 3rd string tight end.
I ate my words.
He was ready. He talked about it at post-game. He's like, I always got to be ready. I always got to go out there and think I'm a starter. I always got to mentally be ready. Like, if you're sitting on the bench in high school basketball, high school soccer, anywhere, like, even like Max is not I don't think you started today in soccer. Like, you got to always be ready. You always got to have your mind in the game.
Yes.
You got to see where you're at. You got to mentally prepare yourself to, hey, when I go in the game, you're just not sitting there going, ooh, well, hey, cool. Hey, look at the people over there in the stands. No, when you're on the bench, you should be prepared to get into the game. Like Jake Tongas, he prepared himself in practice. You should prepare yourself in practice to play. That's what Jake Tongas does. And then he goes out and gives the game-winning catch. Like,
another thing I want to give credit to Jake Tongas for was his other first down catch, which I think is a great heads-up play. Is he caught the ball, he fell down and went, wait, no one touched me. So he just scoots along the ground for like an extra 4 yards.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, so he's from Los Gatos. He grew up in the Bay Area. So
probably a Niners fan. Or a Raiders fan.
I'm pretty sure he's a Niners fan growing up. Like, you just got to be thankful for the guy.
Yes.
Like that's the whole point of this segment is thank the Lord for Jake Tongas. Thank you for having it, doing it, being there and being ready. Like, that's exactly what you're paid for. Is when you're the 30 straight tight end, your number's called. You go grab that ball of the air. Just awesome and amazing. So anyway, that's our new segment. I hope you loved our sound. And
we figured out how to put sounds on here as well as this. Make sure I was pushing the right one.
Okay, good. Okay. Anything else I wanted to put for my notes that I really wanted to cover? So Purdy had 2 interceptions, but 2 touchdowns. Defense did make up for it by 2 forced fumbles. Oh, the other thing I want to mention at the end of the game, again, to thank God for Bosa. Again, I said earlier, Bosa's my fantasy team. It's independent defensive player league. I'm not going to get into the details on that, but you basically get 9 points for a sack, so you got a sack.
Yes.
He got a forced fumble, which is in my league is 5 points. He recovered the fumble, which is 5 points. So 19 points in one play for a defensive lineman. And I won by, was it about 12 or 13 points?
Nick Bosa.
Thank God for Bosa. Quote Warner, Fred Warner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there you go.
I can play the sound again. I'm not going to.
One other point for the game I wanted to bring up here is our rookie starters. So we had Marquis Siegler. I talked about them. He had the fumble recovery. He did some other good things. Stout, I talked about Stout earlier having problems at the beginning of the game, and he grew. Like we kind of expect. We said, in the past couple of things, hey, the rookies are going to make mistakes. But when you come back on the last drive and you tip a ball away, hey, you learned. Good job, Stout. Mikael Williams didn't flash,
Hold on.
but he did. His run defense was good.
I'm so confused about something right now. So I'm looking at Jake Tongas' stats because I had it up to see his 3 receptions stuff. So it says he was signed as an undrafted free agent in 2022 by Chicago. Doesn't look like he was anywhere or at least played games anywhere in 2023.
He was in the Niners practice squad the whole season.
In 2024, he played on the Niners.
Yes, he was there last year.
As the defense. He had 2 solo tackles in 2024, and he played 16 games.
That's special teams. He was a special teams player.
Huh?
Yeah, he was special teams.
Again,
if you're a third string, if you're the third string tight end, you play in special teams.
Thank the Lord for Jake Tongas.
Thank the Lord for Jake Tongas. Okay, there we go. Okay, Mikael Williams. I don't see he flashed, but he did really good. He had 1 tackle. But the big thing you'd say is like run defense is a team effort, and they held the Seahawks under 100 yards. He was he was part of that. The longest run by the Seahawks was Sam Darnold for 9 yards at the end of the first half when they were kind of Niners were playing a funky defense to keep the ball in the field to play. And anyway, that's a weird thing. But anyway, another one you could shout out to is D. Winters. He played really good. He had 6 tackles. Unquestioned Tarker had 2 tackles for loss. D. Winters replacing Dre Greenlaw. He's doing pretty good. So, okay. Niners did win the time of possession almost 38 minutes to 22. Niners had 72 plays to 50 for Seattle. Okay.
I have some more stats I want to talk about a little bit for Eddie Pinheiro. I hope I'm saying his name right. I'll probably learn next week how to say his name when the announcers actually say it. But Eddie Pinheiro, his stats from I'll go from further and then going to closer. They're also a little bit with comparing Moody, but it's only for like the first 2 of these. So from 50 plus, he's only attempted 14. Moody has attempted 12. I don't know if this might be including preseason as well, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, Pinheiro has made 11 of 14 for 79%. Moody has made 6 for 12 for 50% from 50 plus yards. So the guy who's more accurate is also better at kicking from further distances than Moody.
No, I don't think he's going to make a 59-yarder, but never know.
Okay, anyway. And then from 49 to 40 yards, he is 32 for 41 at 78%, and Moody is 10 for 17 at 59%. And then after this, they don't have stats for Moody for some reason, but that's not my fault. And then 39 for 30, he is 42 of 45 at 93%. And then at 29 and 20 or closer than 30 yards, he is 25 for 25. That's definitely better than Jake Moody.
Yeah. Okay, a few other stats I was looking up here as you're talking. The bad Trent Williams had a rough week. 1.
Really?
Yeah. Not only did he go out of the game for at least 1 play because he was something happened where he was slightly injured, something he hobbled off. He missed 1 play. He allowed 6 pressures.
Okay. What does he usually allow?
The last time he allowed 6 pressures was in 2018.
2018?
2018. 7 years ago.
I wasn't even in middle school.
Yes. The rest of the offensive line allowed 5. Trent Williams by himself allowed 6. Yeah. So either he's a little bit banged up or he's knocking off some rust. He was actually held. He got a holding call in the 4th quarter. which you're like, Trent Williams got a holding call? Like, so, hopefully Trent Williams is better next week. On the defensive side, pressures, I love kind of looking at this. Bosa had 3 pressures. Yetur Gross-Matos, who only played 17 plays, had 3 pressures. Now, he's just coming back from an injury, so that's probably why. And so Huff, Okinawa, D. Winters, and Siegel all had 1. But Bosa and Gross-Matos each had 3 pressures. So good for them. Just from a snap count perspective, now that they only played like 50 on defense, Alfred Collins and C.J. West are rookies, only played 9 and 7 snaps. Okay. I would expect that to slowly ramp up. But you got to earn it, right? You know, if you're second string right now, you got to go out and prove that you're better than Kalia Davis and Jordan Elliott. And it kind of like Gross-Matos and Okinawa and Mikel Williams are kind of your pass rushing specialists from the middle. So Alfred Collins and C.J. West need to be in there in rundowns. And, you know, you got to go out there and prove that you're better than Kalia Davis and Jordan Elliott. So I do think both of them will get better and get better throughout the season. So anyway, okay. Anything else about the game?
Not from me.
Okay. I think I've gone through all my notes.
I think I'm good for specifically 49ers right now. Okay.
Anything else in the league that you want to talk about?
I got to talk about my top 5 teams.
Oh, yes. We don't have sound for that.
I do have to find a sound for that.
You'll have to find a sound for that for next week. Okay. Max's top 5.
I'll just record that and put it in. Okay. So some of these teams are similar. I took the 49ers out because that was a rough game. We still won, but that was a rough game.
Yeah. On a side note there, the Athletic had us at 6, which we both think is a little high.
And then ESPN had us at 14. And then I was like, I
think it's slightly low.
I think it's like a 14 to like a 12.
10 to 12, I think, is where we should be right now.
We're not. Okay, I took the 49ers off this list. I do think that still, I said this last year, I still think that they can make it up.
Oh yeah,
to the upper echelon, but just not there yet.
No, you just barely won this game.
Okay.
You know, you need your kicker to actually start making some kicks. You
need to have a kicker.
You need Brock Purdy to not throw an interception. Oh, one other stat I just noticed. Sorry, came pop special teams.
Yes.
Did you know that all of last year, our special teams, they come up with this thing. They said over the whole season, our special team was a negative 55 points. Okay, that was last season. Do you want to know what the special teams was this week?
A negative, is it like 6 points?
A negative 11 is what they counted for the special teams.
You got to be kidding me, man.
So we had 55 the whole last season, and in one game we're minus 11. Now, 6 of those points are for block kicks.
Yes.
But then you're like, I don't know how they calculate this stuff. I did not look into that, but I thought that was an interesting stat to bring up. Sorry.
Is it from the slight muffed catches that Sky Moore had?
Yeah, probably from all that stuff too, and maybe field position and a few other things. Anyway, so
back to Max's top 5.
Yes.
Trying to do your impression.
Okay,
number 5. I'm still not 100% sold on them. They did look really, really good, and they beat another team that was in my top 5 from... They weren't in my top 5, but they beat a really, really good team. I have the Green Bay Packers. Now, was it during our podcast? Yes, it was during our podcast. We knew that Micah Parsons was traded to the Packers.
Yes, we did know.
Okay. So, obviously, I wasn't that sold up before the Micah Parsons trade. I wasn't that sold on the Packers. I think that they would like maybe make the playoffs because I wasn't completely sold on them. And now they have Micah Parsons, and I'm like,
that defense looked good.
Yeah, that defense looked pretty good.
That defense looked really good. I don't know if the Lions looked that bad from missing the coordinators or that Packer defense was that good.
Okay, but they're number 5. I don't.
Okay.
Jordan Love looked good. That defense looked really good though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 4. I have them for how they played the first 3 quarters. I have the Baltimore Ravens, because you had Derrick Henry running the floor in Buffalo. He had all the cards in his hands, and he was winning back to back to back. And then you lose the game somehow.
Like the last possession on that game where you give the first down play to Derrick Henry and he only got 1 yard. And you go away from him. Like you have Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, and you can't gain 10 yards rushing the ball. You gave it to, was it Zay Flowers on some sort of trick play?
Yeah, you tried to give Zay Flowers on a trick play, which gave you negative yards.
Yeah, and then on the last play, I think they threw it, and they were still like 3 yards short.
So
but
you don't
like,
try to run with Derrick Henry again? Isn't that what he was doing the entire game?
ask Seattle Seahawks about don't run the ball with Marshawn Lynch. Like
You're not on the goal line.
like, but still, you're like, okay, you have a, anyway, sorry. I still agree they should be in your top 5.
Yes.
So they're number 4.
They're still really good.
Yes.
They had an embarrassing loss, but they're still a really good team. Okay. And then for number 3, I have the LA Rams.
Okay.
It was tough for me because I feel like the Ravens are pretty good, but I can't put them in 3 because they lost the game.
Okay.
So I had to find someone between there.
I'd
so
probably put the Packers up higher if I was personally doing this, but that's okay. Go ahead.
I'm not 100% sold on the Packers. I'm sold on the Packers. It's not 100%. I'm like at 80% right now.
Okay.
But the Rams were pretty good. I think
yeah.
Matthew Stafford actually played.
Yeah, he was healthy.
That just makes your team way better if you have Matthew Stafford versus Jimmy Garoppolo.
And they have Puka Nakua.
Imagine.
Puka Nakua. Yeah,
Puka.
Yeah.
Puka, not Polka.
Puka.
He's not doing a little dance. He's not Polka Makua.
Okay, sorry.
I'm gonna clip that. Okay. What was I talking about? Okay. What I was gonna say
The
is,
Rams.
so your team is so much better with Matthew Stafford versus Jimmy Garoppolo. Imagine if in 2019 we had Matthew Stafford.
No, we win the Super
Did
Bowl.
we lose a game?
We'd win the Super Bowl. That's no question right
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
That is no question right there.
But
That's why they tried to trade for him. But
Rams
anyway,
are pretty good.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say. Bryce Young, Bryce Huff,
It is Young. Is it Byron Young?
Byron Young.
I think it's Byron Young.
Byron Young. Sorry, I'm getting my players confused. It's
Yes.
like almost close to 9 right now.
Okay. Yes.
But Rams are pretty good.
Okay.
I think that the Niners game is gonna be really hard if we don't have Brock Purdy. If I have to trust Mac Jones against the Rams, I don't feel so good about that.
Well, we play the Saints this week, so we got like 3 or 4 more weeks until we get 4 more weeks before we get to the Rams game.
And then
so.
Anyway, moving
Number
on. Number 2. I got the Buffalo Bills.
Okay, awesome. Yes.
Their comeback. Okay, I know I picked the Ravens to win that game in my prime time picks, as you would say. But,
yes.
the Bills. I love the Bills. I love watching the Bills. I just think I love Josh Allen. I love James Cook. I love all the players on their team. I really love Joey Bosa, especially if he was in a Niners jersey. But I don't know how we messed that up somehow. That's not the point here right now.
Yeah.
But if I could be a fan of any team that isn't the Niners, it'd be the Bills. And why? It's because I love heartbreak.
Because we're a Kings fan. Anyway, okay.
I sympathize.
We sympathize with all those Bills out there. If the Niners don't win the Super Bowl, I would love to see the Bills win the Super Bowl.
I agree.
I just hope they don't beat the Niners.
But that's not the point.
That's not the point here.
I'd be sort of fine with them beating the Niners.
No, I would not. Sorry. Now you'd go to my I don't like you list, just like the Ravens.
He has a list of teams that he doesn't like, which include let me say the Raiders, the Seahawks, the Rams? Question mark?
The Rams I don't hate.
Yes.
They're a rival, but I don't hate them
Okay.
like I do the Seahawks and the Raiders.
And then there's you don't like the Ravens because they beat the Niners in the Super Bowl.
Twice.
And you don't like the Chiefs.
Yes.
Because the Ravens didn't beat us twice.
That's true. They only
And
beat us
then
once,
the
but-
Chiefs.
Yes.
Because
The Chiefs beat us twice.
obvious reasons.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Okay. So
moving on. Number 1.
Number 1.
It's just the easy pick at this point. It's the Eagles.
Super defending Super Bowl champs. I mean,
They're gonna go on.
The Cowboys gave a better game than I thought,
Yes, I agree.
but they're still undefeated.
Yes.
And you got to give props to them that they're still the number 1 team.
Yes,
because
I
they're
agree.
defending champs.
Jalen Hurts, he is on my fantasy team. I am so glad he had a rushing touchdown. Amazing for me. But the Eagles are very, very good. I just think that they got close because it's a division rival, and it's also like first game of the season.
Yeah.
So,
And
literally first game of the season.
Yeah, and I do think the Cowboys came out ready to play.
Yes.
Give them total credit on that.
They were hungry because they went. Because they had that underdog mentality going in.
Oh yeah, and because you see the other team get their Super Bowl, unveil the banner and all that fun stuff, which is great for the Eagles.
Yes.
Eagles fans type of thing. Anyway, so still, I totally agree with that.
But
Be number
the
1.
Eagles are really good.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay. So you ready for our last segment?
Yes. So we've been referencing the soundboard a lot, and we have another soundboard for our.
It's time for the Eastman Sport Report's Prime Time Picks.
I'm sorry if you're wearing headphones right now.
Here where we pick all the prime time games of the week and see who can be the winner.
and also the Niners games because we're Niners fans.
Yes.
And like,
Okay.
if you can't tell,
Yeah.
actually, I don't.
No,
we don't have Niners fans
We
stuff on.
don't have Niners.
Look
jerseys
at the
on.
border. I know that it's in
Yeah.
the logo somewhere.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
We came from a soccer game. We didn't totally get dressed for this. Anyway,
I don't work here, bro.
okay.
Just do this
It
just in
does
case
show
it's
up in
shit.
your video.
Okay,
It does
good.
show up in your screen. We can see that.
Okay.
So last week we're not going to recover all the picks.
Yes.
You went 2-3. I went
That's
3-2. So I'm up by 1 going into the season.
Boo-hoo me.
And I did pick the Niners game wrong. You got that one right, but I picked the other ones right.
I got the most important one right.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So this week, the
I think this is-
Thursday night game.
I think this is like one of the best games this week.
Okay, Washington
Thursday
Commanders.
night. Thursday night.
Yeah, at Green Bay Packers.
This is a great
That's
game.
the game we're talking about.
Why
here.
why is the Thursday night football? Why can't we put the Chargers Raiders here?
Like, this is a really good game. Totally agree with you. Commanders Packers. Like, this is where Prime paid a whole bunch of money.
Yes.
And let's see. This is. At
I think-
Prime.
is
I'm
this-
just thinking. Sorry, in my head,
Thursday
where am I going
night.
to be when this game is playing? Will I be in the air or will I be landed at my international destination? I probably will
Thursday
be.
night football schedule.
I
just wanna
probably
see if
will
this is
be-
the one good game they have.
I probably will be in the air, so I
Oh.
will miss this game. Anyway,
Well, they gave them good games this year. Okay.
oh, wait a minute,
I'm
Thursday-
looking
oh,
at Thursday night football.
I don't
Week
sli-
5
I don't
is
slip
Niners Rams,
yeah, Niners Rams Thursday night.
and then week 7 Pittsburgh Cincinnati.
Okay, let's go back to Washington Green Bay
No, no,
here.
no,
Sorry. You were
Okay.
looking- Washington Green Bay. Yes, I will be home.
Okay.
I will not be flying. This game.
I'm
Sorry.
gonna go with the team that I put in my top 5. Max's top 5. I'm gonna pick the Packers because they're pretty good. That defense is
Yeah.
pretty good. I do believe in Jane Daniels. I'm a firm Jane Daniels believer. I think he's really, really good. I don't know how much more he can improve, honestly. I just think if he can keep doing what he did in his rookie season, top 5 QB.
And the Commanders' defense was better than I expected. Now they're playing the Giants, but like they were, they're definitely better than they were. You know, give credit to Deebo Samuel. Started the season good.
Yes.
I could have predicted that if I was going to. He's going to start the season good, and he'll probably run out of steam midway through the season. Is my prediction on that. But I picked Green Bay too,
Pin
just
that,
because.
just in case.
Pin that. I do think Green Bay is going to win this game, and I think that's totally going to get down to is Green Bay's just really good, and I also think Micah Parsons is going to get better and better and better, and that defense.
I think
is,
Micah Parsons is really hungry this season.
Oh, he is
'Cause
super hungry.
He got screwed over by Jerry Jones. Or
Yeah,
is it Steve?
Yeah, Jerry Jones and
or
Steve Jones.
Steve Jones. It's
Both
like,
of them. They both work together. But Jerry Jones didn't. But did you see the video after the game? I think it was in the locker room by Micah Parsons, where he just talks about like he was like, and he's probably emotional after the game, and he's
Yes.
really tired after the game. But he was like, the last 6 months was just draining. I don't wish this on any player. Like that was just draining. He said for him, and I'm finally able to go out, put my emotions somewhere else, and finally start to recover from what he went through. He says he wished he could have got traded earlier and all the other stuff could have happened earlier.
Yes.
But you could just see the emotion on his face where it's just, he was just drained. And he totally has a, I'm going to show you type of attitude. So
if I could pick someone else for Defensive Player of the Year, Micah Parsons.
yeah,
100%.
yeah, like I'd probably go up to that too right now that I'm thinking about, but I'd pick somebody else. So we'll see if my Will
We're
Anderson.
going to keep with what we said.
Yeah, we'll stick with the Will Anderson. We'll track that.
Fred Warner.
You saying Fred Warner. I'm saying Will
Okay,
Anderson.
anyway, moving
Okay.
on.
The next pick. This is the Sunday night pick.
No,
Oh,
I'm
you
trying
want
to go
to
in order.
Oh, order that they play.
49ers Saints.
Okay, Niners Saints.
Okay, so originally this is the easiest win of our life, and now like we got Brock Purdy injured, we got Juwan Jennings injured, we still
George Kittle's out.
we got George Kittle injured, we still got Brandon Ayuk injured.
Like
We have-
you could be having Mac Jones throwing the Kendrick Bourne
What the heck is our football team?
and Jake Tongas.
Imagine 2 years ago you say that. What the heck am I trying to say? That we're gonna.
Have Mac Jones throwing to Kendrick Bourne.
I think I'm high. Not in like a other way.
Oh,
I
you're-
think I'm high.
In your diabetic
No,
high?
not in that type of way. I think I am high on drugs.
Okay. I don't know what
We
drugs.
smelt it while we were driving down here.
Somebody else, the car in front of us. Anyway, okay, so Max is getting affected. Kendrick Bourne and Mac Jones played together on the Patriots.
Yes.
So maybe they still have a connection if Mac Jones has played.
I'm still going to say the Niners. I
yeah.
think this is going to be closer than I thought it was going to be because I don't know who our wide receivers are besides
Pearsall.
Pearsall and Bourne. but
Well, even Bourne and
you
like
still
he's,
have Christian
he's gonna-
McCaffrey.
He's gonna have
That's
three-
the most important part to me. You
Yeah.
still have Christian McCaffrey. You still have almost everybody on the
we
defense.
got Jake Tungus. Like, thank the Lord for Jake Tungus. He's gonna come out and thank the Lord for Jake Tungus.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, there we go.
I love this thing.
Okay, so the Niners. I think the Niners are gonna win though.
Yeah.
Okay, moving
I
on.
think it could be a trap game. I'm going to put it out there. It could be a trap game.
It is a morning game.
It is.
Hopefully, the rookies and the young players will get their heads in the game and get ready to go for a 10 o'clock
moving
start.
on.
Okay.
Sunday Night Football, Vikings, Falcons. I think it's really funny. I watched some of the game, and it was really funny to see that J.J. McCarthy went, wait a minute, I have Justin Jefferson on my team. And then they go out and win the game in the second half.
Well, and this is also a J.J. McCarthy second-year QB against Penix second-year quarterback. So 2 second-year quarterbacks.
Well,
but
I
Minnesota,
said 1.5 on both of them.
But Minnesota is, well, that's true. Like, McCarthy didn't even play at all last year, and Penix played the last 2 games. I think
2
it
or
was
3. I don't know.
I think it was something like that. Yeah, and you're like, okay, so, but Minnesota just has the better team. I just think it's at home. It's in Minnesota. Minnesota has the better players. I'm picking Minnesota for this game.
I'm picking the Falcons.
I love it when they pick different. Okay.
I love it. I love it when we do that. So then we're not just because we're related, but we're not that close.
Yeah.
I picked the Falcons because I still think that they're going to win the NFC South.
Okay.
I'm still a believer in the Falcons. I don't think they're going to win a playoff game, but I think they're going to be able to host a playoff game. Okay. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I think they're good. I think they could win this game.
Yes.
I just think that Minnesota is going to be that much better now. We'll see.
Okay.
So that's Sunday night game. Okay. We have 2
Monday Night Football games.
2 Monday games. First one is
Monday Night Football.
Okay. Do you want to play that? We'll talk over it or not? No.
It's not going
Okay.
to.
We're done now. Okay. First game is Tampa Bay at Houston. The Buccaneers at the Texans. Both these games actually should be really good.
Yes.
Both of them are good games, and of course.
Will you be back in America by now?
Oh no, I will be. I will probably.
Do you know what day you come back? Is that Tuesday?
No, it's like Thursday.
Oh.
I leave on Friday,
that's
come back on a
sad.
Thursday, so I will miss the whole weekend.
I'm going to miss my dad.
Oh, thank you.
Shucks.
Okay, but this will be a good game. I will not be able to watch these games. Hopefully, I get to watch the Niners game because that's again 7 o'clock at night, where I'm going to be to 10 in the morning. So, or 10 at night, 7 to 10. I'll find a bar. To
Sunday
watch
Night
the game.
Football,
Sunday night football.
basically.
Niners Saints is what I'm going to do. So I will miss the Sunday night and
Okay,
Monday night
Bucks
games.
Texans. Bucks
It
Texans.
says back to work here. Bucks Texans.
Can I say my opinion?
Go ahead. You go first.
I think that the battle in the NFC South is going to be really fun to watch this year.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Buccaneers winning this game.
Okay,
I think the Texans are a really good team.
but Texans
will
are
do not-
AFC South.
Yes,
And
because I have both the Falcons and the Bucks winning this week.
okay.
That's what I meant by that.
Okay.
So,
sorry. Yes. Now I'm
I think
following.
the NFC South is going to be really interesting to watch those 2 top-heavy teams, and then you have the Panthers and the Saints.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a really close game. I can see the Texans win this game.
Oh, totally.
But
Yes.
I'm just going to pick the Bucks because
Yeah.
I have to pick one.
From a fantasy perspective, I would want C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins to come back and play better than they did the first week.
Yes.
And I would love for them to come out and do really good. But I'm starting to believe more and more in these Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
And if you were to ask me 3 years ago that I would be trusting Baker Mayfield, you're like,
I would laugh at you.
I would laugh at myself. But he's turned himself around. Like
he got out of Carolina. I think that's the main thing.
Well, if the other thing is I watched a video, a short clip out of a podcast, and he was like, I had to hit rock bottom. Like I totally had to hit rock bottom. I had to get, like I was in a bad spot in my marriage. I was in everything. I was just, it was horrible. And I was in, I had to hit rock bottom to finally turn his life around. And so he finally turned his life around, and now he's in a good spot with the Lord and all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm picking Buccaneers too because I'm getting more and more a believer. I really like C.J. Stroud and the Texans, and I like DeMeco Ryans.
I agree.
I kind of want them to win, but I'm picking the Buccaneers because I think that's what's going to happen. Okay.
I feel like this is the easiest game to pick out of this schedule.
Chargers and Raiders.
Especially after week 1, I feel like this is really easy.
I'm assuming
It's a divisional game, so anything could happen in
yeah.
divisional games.
I think the Raiders showed the better than I expected, and I do think Geno Smith is way better than what they had last year for the Raiders. So he's a good, and I think that you're saying it's easy because you're picking the Chargers.
Yes.
I'm picking the Chargers too. But I kind of really think, I think the Raiders are going to make this a close game. Like Ashton Genty, he's good.
Yes.
And the Raiders defense played pretty good last week too. So now, who'd they beat? They played the Dolphins?
No, the Jaguars played the Dolphins. Let me check.
I forget who the Raiders. Oh, Patriots. They beat the Patriots, right?
Did they? Yes.
I'm pretty sure they beat the Patriots.
20-13.
Yeah, so it was kind of close, but still, I think the Raiders had that game under control most of the game. I think so, or it was more in control than what the score I think allowed. But I do think the Chargers was one of the better teams, and this is a divisional game. But I'm still believing in Jim Harbaugh because you got Herbert, and yeah, I'm a believer in the Chargers.
I'm sticking with the Chargers because they just beat the team that went to the Super Bowl, the Kansas City Chiefs, 27-21. It wasn't a closer game. Patrick Mahomes has the tendency to be really good late game, but when he gets scored 40 points on, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So if the Chargers already had a really big lead, so it didn't matter that the Chiefs were trying to come back in the end. So I still believe the AFC West is really good this year.
Oh, I totally agree.
Probably.
Will that be the best division in the league?
I'll predict that because I am a firm believer in the Chargers. I am a firm believer in the Broncos, and I think that the Chiefs are inevitable.
Yeah, and
as much as I would love to see them crash and burn, I think they're inevitable.
Yeah, and they're going to be there.
And the Raiders are also there.
But I also think because the division's so tough, I think it's why the Chiefs' record is not going to be as good as it normally is. And so I think they're, if they get to the playoffs, which I think they will, they're going to have
once again they are inevitable.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have a much tougher road because they're going to have a much tougher division schedule. So those 6 games are
Patrick Mahomes. If you want to be Tom Brady, you gotta be good.
Yeah. I mean, he totally
you got to be good when it's hard.
He totally can. He can totally do that. So, and it's only week 1 that he lost. So, anyway, okay. So there was our primetime picks.
And
again, comment below if you think our primetime picks. If you don't believe,
comment below and just honestly say anything. If you comment below, that just pushes our video to more people because it shows people are interacting with it. So, again, just say what you had for dinner.
And say we like Max's shirt because he doesn't work here.
I'm not paid for this yet, so hopefully one day we will be.
Yes,
that's the goal. Whenever he retires, the goal is to be paid to do this.
We'll see. We got many years if that's the goal to see if we get that. But again, hit like the video, give us a 5-star review on Spotify, comment, subscribe. We thanks all of our listeners out there. Hope you enjoyed our recap of the Niners game and look forward to the next week. So the Niners are playing the Saints. We talked a little bit about that. And we'll see you again in 2 weeks.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye.